live, everybody. It's Mike from Reelblack, and I'm hanging out. I can't play music. I wanted to play Message from the Soul Sisters to get us started, but let's have a meeting. How's everybody doing? I'm just waiting for the room to fill up. It's 9 o'clock on the East Coast, 9:07, 9:09 actually. And the hot news, if you haven't caught it this week, the most viral thing that I've seen in a long time has been got one person in the room. L, hey, L, hey. Okay, so the room is filling up. The most viral thing of 2024 so far, and we're set up for a big one, is this Katt Williams thing. So I know folks watching have watched it. I know Reelblack has a place in the hey Daoud, um, in the social sphere to have a discussion about it that might be a little different than what other people are doing. I don't know. But before we get too far into it, we got 85 people in the room. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And Molly's over there. She's looking for treats. But Denton Black Film Festival, January 27th, 2024. And I'm going to mention this a few times. I'll be hosting, along with Sam Furstenberg, the filmmaker who's responsible for directing the movie Riverbend, the world premiere of the restored print of Riverbend. We found a very rare 35 millimeter print of Riverbend. I had it transferred to 2K and then had all the dirt and scratches removed from it. So we're going to show that in tribute to Steve James on Saturday, January 27th. So if you're in the Denton, Texas area, you want to go to the Denton Black Film Festival website and get yourself some tickets. And even if you're not in Denton or close to Denton, buy some tickets to show some love for Reelblack. Hey DJ, let's go through these chat things. Happy New Year. That's very important. I hope everybody had a safe one. TaylorMade Media's in the building, southbound 3000. Is saying Katt Williams is the man of the year, hands down. I mean, I can tell you, he's made tens of thousands of dollars for Club Shay Shay just this week and help promote their platform. So, 16 million views in 4 days. That's something that doesn't happen very often in YouTube space. CBC voter, Kyrunya, Lanaya Williams Moore. Hey, peace and blessings to you as well. Why is it not showing #1 trending? It isn't. It's got to be the most trending thing. I mean, poor Dave Chappelle worked a year to put a special out. He puts it out the 31st. Katt hits the stage a few days later and just takes all the air out of the room. So for my money, the Katt Williams almost 3 hour conversation with Club Shay Shay is more entertaining and deserves a Grammy or whatever they give out to comedy specials. But yeah, Katt Williams broke the internet. And on what, I guess the question becomes, on what level? Did he share too much? Do you think, did he tell the truth? Did he exaggerate the truth to make it himself come out better? A lot of, whatever it was, a lot of celebrities got on their Instagram right away and either affirmed or denied the accusations. Thinking right off the top, Cedric, he never denied stealing a joke, but he did say that it's old news. Ice Cube a couple hours ago went on his Instagram and he said that what Katt said was mostly true, but there was never a rape scene in the script. That was his thing, but he said it's totally true that Katt won the role of Money Mike over Ricky Smiley. So, Happy New Year, RJ. Bitcoin for the hood, reparations over everything. So that's another thought that comes to mind. Is this another distraction to keep us from the real truth? Is Katt spilling tea getting in the way of us knowing what's really going on in the world, in politics, and life so on and so forth. In Katt treats. You want a treat? She's too lazy to get up. Come here. Too lazy to get up. It's God's side or the other side. That was a good quote. Yeah. Let's see. The cat make Molly blush. Cat don't waste energy or time. B1 from Nashville. Hey, Joshua. I want to get to Nashville this year for sure. They have a good Black Film Festival. I gotta figure out how we're gonna market this. I mean, I know how we're gonna market it. I just have to determine what festivals we want to try to go to with Riverbend this year. 8-foot aliens in Miami. I'm missing that one. ICU dog. Explain that one for me. So I mean, so those are the questions. Did he go too far? Did he not go far enough? Did he tell the truth? Did he exaggerate the truth? You know, he's always bringing up this stuff about Illuminati, this Illuminati, that. You know, did was he excluded from the Illuminati uh, in favor of Ludacris's break? You know, is it all sour grapes? Could be one of the most disruptive 3 hours of industry insight I've ever seen. Wow. Okay, that's well written. I tried to call Charles. You know, he's got family in town right now, so he's not able to be on today's session. But we'll get Charles on soon, and we're working on something very special, Charles Woods and I, for the upcoming year. It's gonna be really dope. So, and we need your support. Let's see. I'm going through the chats. TaylorMade. Happy New Year. Thanks for all the jewels. You're welcome, God. Emoji. I wish I could scroll the Cash App and all that stuff. Because I'll be traveling to Texas, and you know we need to raise money for that. But so if it's in your heart, Cash App or PayPal would be great. I'll shout you out. Um, Cash App, Reelblack, PayPal, Reelblack. Oh, Molly's so cute. She's rubbing her head against the thing. Come here. Okay, here she comes. Oh, gave you a shot. Okay, come here. Say hi. Say hi to people. As we talk about cats. As we talk about Katt, here's my cat, Molly, looking for treats. So what did he say exactly? He talked a lot about Ricky Smiley. He talked a lot about Kevin Hart. He accused Mr. Hart of being an industry plant. I'm not, and questioned whether people knew what the definition was. Kevin retorted by saying that he felt that things were sad. Molly's necklace, she's got a collar. Is all black Hollywood weird, or is all Hollywood weird? I think one person got online. They said we typically air our dirty laundry in public, and a lot of the stuff that Katt would say, his grievances, his complaints and grievances, wouldn't necessarily make it to mainstream media. Hey, David, if not for the internet, like we use the internet to spill tea and build beef up, and some people are saying that this is a way for Katt to stay relevant. Uh, you know, certainly woke people up. I mean, he's whenever he does choose to go online and stuff, it's interesting. And one thing would be interesting to me would be if he does, and hey Quentin, if he ends up doing Joe Rogan after this, because he said that Joe Rogan never invite he didn't is he trying to stay black only with his tea spilling, or will he go on a show like Joe Rogan? That's the question I have. People use the internet as a journal. That's true. Yeah. Demond Wilson had a brilliant breakdown of Hollywood. I saw that on Comedy Hype. Big ups to Comedy Hype for getting Demond Wilson on there for an hour. You know, he says everybody does it. Demond Wilson, for those, everybody pays a price to get their name known in Hollywood, according to Demond Wilson. Society before and after the printing press. Wait, you're going fast now. People are chatting. We got the room going. We got 147 people in here talking about Katt Williams. I better come correct and tell people to go January 27th, 2024, Denton Black Film Festival, Denton, Texas. I'll be there with Sam Furstenberg showing off the restored print of Riverbend. But back to our original topic. I'm sorry, this is just a shameless plug. I mean, people gravitate to gossip, and it's all good. Katt is one of the best at spilling it. What I want is for Katt to come on my show, and I bring on Jaguar Wright. I don't think the internet has enough bandwidth for both those two spirits on the same show. If you want to talk about industry tea and talking stuff about other people, I think Katt and my friend Jaguar Wright are two of the best at it, and they give zero Fs. And a lot of people end up getting hit in the collateral damage when they start talking. Shout out to Puffy. I didn't quite get that part of the interview when he would randomly go after Puffy in the middle of that. In the middle of his rants, he would just throw a Diddy reference out, So, take Katt told the Brian Bennett. Katt told the cold truth, just like Malcolm Ali and others did. All right, see now. All right, Brian. Time out. So, is Katt at risk of having his life taken for telling the truth? What did Katt do for anybody other than himself in telling the truth? He just needs to be careful because these names he names are black by way more dangerous people than him. Is that where we've devolved? Where Katt Williams becomes the sole truth teller in the spirit of Malcolm and Ali and all those are the people that you reference. I don't want to add more names to the analogy, but it reminds me of the old Chris Rock joke. He's like, Muhammad Ali. I'm sorry, Martin Luther King was assassinated. Malcolm X was assassinated. Biggie and Tupac, those niggas got shot. So is it fair? That opens another question. Is it fair to talk about Katt Williams on the same level of our historical, politically minded truth tellers? I love Katt Williams as much as anybody, but I think that's where I would draw a line. I don't know if anybody else said it. Here, Katt Williams, Person of the Year, Time Magazine. Okay. Welcome new subscribers. Yeah, please, if you haven't hit the like button, it was only 57 likes, 141 people in the room. We need more likes. We need this to go viral so people know that on January 27th, I'll be at the Denton Black Film Festival in Denton, Texas, hosting the world premiere of the Reelblack restored screening, the new print of the classic Steve James action film. Let's see, George Clinton asked this song. Okay, is truth the light? Katt declaimed and responded, the universal truth is the light. Interesting. Paid $75,000. I guess that's relating to Melba Moore's star on the Walk of Fame. Well, if you got it like that, why not? I can't give you a list of people that I would put on the Walk of Fame if I had $75,000, but Vanessa Del Rio would get one just to shame the rest of the world. But let's see. Thank you, brother, for using your platform for the good of blacks. Thank you, Dominique. I appreciate that. We try to empower. Right now we're just commiserating. You can leave if you want. I'm gonna be here for a little while because I'm interested in what you guys have to say, what you're thinking about this whole situation this week, and maybe we'll catch a few stray new viewers in the process, and reconnect with people I haven't really seen or talked to, like Diva, in a little while, because it's been a while since I've gone live, and I'll give you some updates in a minute. Yeah, that was a joke. Maybe it wasn't. I don't know. Vanessa Del Rio. on the star on the Walk of Fame. Katt, are you listening? You got another 75,000. I think we got something there. Uh, let's see. Katt is a truth teller. Thank you, brother. Melba Moore, star on the Walk of Fame. Remember what Malcolm said about the entertainers posing as revolutionaries. That's my point. I think um, there are people that are far more qualified to do that job. But I respect the comedian's role in society is to tell the truth and to bring humor, like make you think when you're disarmed by laughter. So I think he did that for a lot of people questioning some of the things. I mean, he came on to speak his own grievances, but it would have been interesting if Shannon had addressed some things that are related to other topics, not just what was on Katt's agenda. Because it's true, you don't get a chance to hear Katt unfiltered for 3 hours most of the time, and not in legal trouble. Like he came off as being very together this interview. I don't know what the coming weeks are going to say to us um, about a situation at station. You know, if will he should he disappear into the woodwork, or should he continue on his tirade and do another podcast? Should he do Drink Champs? Should he do Joe Rogan, or was this enough? And just drop the mic there. Good comedian always holds the mirror up clean and clear. Yes, yes, I agree. So I'll let these comments come in. But the next thing I wanted to discuss, did anybody check out The Dreamer, the Dave Chappelle special, which seems to be overshadowed by this Katt Williams stuff? On Folks' Grave, Katt spoke some truth, but to me, men just don't gossip like that. I cut it short. He gave you a lot to listen to, that's for sure. I mean, I drifted in and out on it. And then, of course, you know, this being a week off for me from school, you know, I'm scrolling and I don't think I've ever seen anything like this in the internet age, unless it was the death of somebody um, major. You know, it seemed like everybody was chiming in on Katt Williams a couple days ago, and everybody was posting a picture either of him or with him or about him on Instagram, which is where I usually go. And shout out to Instagram. Reelblack is where you want to follow me. Um, is Katt bigger than Dave? I don't know. That's a good question. You know, there's a lot of kings of comedy. So what he said about the rape scene in Friday After Next was correct. Why was a rape scene about a black man funny? Well, you know, young people making stuff. I guess I don't recall. Was there a rape scene in Friday After Next, or did they cut it? Um, the Ice Cube says that he never had anything graphic in Friday After Next that related to that. That was the one thing he corrected Katt on, but he said everything else was pretty much accurate. It was well needed because every other brother cowers to the bosses. Well, that's true. Let's draw an analogy there. I think if you say, is Katt bigger than Dave? I think the one thing that we can say about both of them is that they don't accept sponsorships. So therefore, they are a lot more freer to discuss things. I mean, Netflix is the only person that Dave has to worry about in terms of like cutting off a revenue stream, and they seem to be fully behind him in his talking. I personally felt like he didn't necessarily need to do any more trans jokes at all in the new special. You know, it just seemed like you know, at this point it's a bit much. But that being said, the closing bit was very clever. Um, he seems to have love for Little Nas X, and it was interesting how that evolved. But uh, yeah, I wasn't necessarily into that one as much. And we can talk about Thriller 40. That's something else I saw. Big Mix. The Dreamer was wild. Well, I mean, Dave is such a pro with the timing and everything. He just makes everything good. It's just like, is this gonna be a Emmy, Grammy winning special for him? I don't know. It seems redundant. Like if he it felt like a B side to an or an album cut. B side to a single or an album cut, a deep cut kind of special. It wasn't necessarily designed to bring him new fans, but just to keep his current fan base satisfied. And it was nice that it hit New Year's Eve. It gave me something to do that night. It was no needed because of the school's going well. I'm a little intimidated. I should be reading textbooks right now, and I'm not. I'm on here talking to you guys. We need more likes. We got 141 in the room and 93 likes. We need more likes. Um, but it's gonna be great. It's gonna be a great semester. I get to talk about independent film and black, or not, race and ethnicity through film in this next class. I'm working on the syllabus this weekend, so it's coming together. Hey, M. Shante, popped in to say 2024 blessings to everyone. Got to catch the replay out right now. He literally broke the internet in certain circles. Yeah, I mean, yeah, news stopped for Katt Williams, and this is an all timer. Um, it shows that he's got legs and credibility, that he's fearless in terms of talking about certain things, um, and that his fan base follows him. They follow his narrative, that he's not to be sold and that kind of thing. So I give him credit. And big ups to Club Shay Shay for letting him talk for as long as he did. I guess they set the table by having Steve Harvey and Ricky Smiley come on. So he just wanted to come in and rank them. But Katt cut it, he said. We love Katt right now because we all love someone going against the grain in these days and times when the establishment types are living good as we suffer. LOL. That's a good one, Don. I agree with that. There was a rape scene in Players Club, but they didn't show it. Thank you, Jake. Of course, you mentioned Katt Williams this week. Folks will click on it, especially if the content creator has a voice. Yeah, so I want to stick to topic with that in mind. Tailor-made media. What are my feelings about Katt Williams? I think he didn't go far enough. He should have, if he's going to be the torchbearer for truth telling. I mean, he brought up his grievances, but did he? I mean, I did he address the Taraji thing? I'm not. I don't recall. I just don't recall. Did he talk about that? Was the news that was happening on Black Twitter before this Katt Williams event was uh, Taraji and Terrence Howard talking about how little they've been paid throughout their careers and how poor their management structure was, where they couldn't capitalize on their successes with Empire. So, did he address that? He pulls out receipts, but is he talking about the nature of the Hollywood game? I mean, he gave props to Ice Cube for giving him a shot, but he didn't necessarily talk about he didn't criticize Ice Cube for the lack of pay that he's gotten. But, it seems like he's self-made on a certain level where he doesn't need to be in a movie. He does not need to be on a TV show to get attention or to make money. Lanaya, like the comedians said to the audience at the award shows, hello, you sodomites, hiding the truth in plain sight. So a lot of people watching the Katt Williams believe. I'm getting the sense that you believe that Hollywood is an ugly place, and Katt is somebody who is a man of God or a man of faith, Christian religion, and he's navigated a way to have success in that world without necessarily being of that world, and that's why he's a hero to a lot of people. Um, he did several trans jokes in The Dreamer. Yeah, I thought it was a little played out. Oh God, You Devil was a documentary. All right, Ross. Hey, Ben Frank. Peace and blessings. Most actors and actresses tend to focus on their own dialogue. Very few read the whole script. Yeah, that's something he brought up. He talked about. Well, I mean, he was in it to win it. I mean, I was watching the Ice Cube uh, clip on Instagram, and you can go there if you want and come back. I'll still be here. It's about 5 minutes long, but he talks. He didn't. He was in it to win it. Like he was given the role, the opportunity, and he stole the movie from everybody. That Money Mike character is a classic, and it seems like I mean Ice Cube didn't talk about him letting Ice Cube letting Katt Williams stay in the trailer overnight while they were shooting the movies, but it sounds to me that yeah he was homeless and living in the movie trailer when they were shooting Friday After Next. So at the very least that just shows what kind of person Ice Cube is to look the other way, and also shows this debt of gratitude that Katt Williams has for Ice Cube for giving him that shot. I think Dave is trying to show he can't get canceled. That's a good point. That's a good point. Um, but does that make him a better comedian? Just because you're fearless and you want to say certain things, does that mean it's funny after the third, fourth, fifth, sixth time you've told the joke, or does it just make you seem like you're a bully at that point? I mean, his opener was good in terms of him talking about Jim Carrey and all this stuff, and then the punchline, his timing was impeccable. But after a while, it's like, you know, you go Dave's greatest hits. It's gonna be a lot of transphobic jokes. Hey, Asian Latina, we're just hanging out. I think we can switch topics if anybody wants to ask me a question. Um, I felt like The Dreamer was a swan song to Netflix. Well, who's gonna pay him more? I think I just finished reading Pandora's Box, listening to the audiobook, and one of the things that Netflix did, they created a monster in the fact that they overpay talent. They all overpay talent. HBO overpaid talent, followed by Netflix, followed by Apple TV. So they price themselves out of the marketplace for certain names, and they've shrunk. The market's shrinking now on paid streaming services because of the rise of YouTube and Tubi and places that are ad supported. People just want to be entertained. I think you could do the numbers. I mean, how many people? Cat Williams is up to 16, 17 million views as we speak, and it's going to probably go to 100 million over the long haul of it. How many of those eyeballs have steered away from Netflix, have steered away from these other places, So let me get caught up with the chat and I'll go back. Dope box, every movie free. Well, we don't know how that works. I don't know. I'm not endorsing DOPE box. I can't endorse. I don't never heard of it, and sounds a little fire sticky to me. Uh, say what you will, but I love Tubi. Well, the content creators are starting to be upset because their movies are not getting picked up the same way that they were when Tubi first started. Tubi is being selective now about what they use their bandwidth for. So Tubi's not going to be the same. Tubi in 5 years that it is now and it might be a good opportunity for the next group of people to. I love when I see that. Do that again, whoever did that. Um, the smiley faces. Did you see the video where some random guy showed Ricky Smiley this Masonic book at the airport? No. Tell us about that nightlight. I'll read it. Was it a positive reaction? I like that. Was it a positive reaction or a negative one? Have I seen The Color Purple? Not for lack of trying. I just, do I want to see The Color Purple is probably a better question. Um, do I want to see The Color Purple? I don't know. I hear it's good. I think if I'd seen it on Broadway, I would have definitely loved to seen the theatrical version. Oh, I got thumbs and all kinds of stuff waggling. Oh, that's great. I love it. And we're at 132 thumbs and 128 viewers. So I like the numbers. This might go viral, Katt. So in another 10 minutes, I might have to start talking crap about Katt Williams to get him to come on the show. Do I want to see The Color Purple? I do want to see The Color Purple. I don't know if I want. I mean, I spent almost 3 hours watching Katt Williams, but that was at home, like leaving the house and spending money and going to see stuff in the theater is not as fun. I had a chance to see American Fiction early and I missed my opportunity. So I have to wait until next Friday to go see it. Now, that is a movie I want to see because it's at the scale that I'm working at myself, in terms of a small film with good actors that's getting a lot of acclaim. And that's something I want to see for myself and support. Color Purple, I don't have a problem with it. Is The Color Purple a musical? Yes, it is. You watched it 3 times. You went to see it in the theater 3 times? Awaken Now? Or here's I'm Here is the best version. Fantasia's song, I'm Here, is the best version in my opinion. I like the dancing. I like the hearts and stuff. That's fun. Um, but you can stop now. I can see that you like me. I appreciate the love. If you want to keep loving me, I appreciate that too. Um, I want to see A Too Proud to Beg next month. I saw the MJ musical. The MJ musical was incredible, and I saw it with Miles Frost last summer, and it had me in tears at least 3 times. And it's nothing but a jukebox musical, but Lynn Nottage really structured it well. Um, the storyline, the setup, and all that stuff was great to bring out greater themes that are in the songs naturally. So, I that MJ musical that's gonna play forever. I mean, then that theater they may as well just book that theater in New York for the next 30 years. It's the Lion King again. So hey Anthony, thank you. I appreciate the love. Um, who's seen The Creator? I haven't seen it yet. Hey Quentin, I didn't see it yet either. What's the last thing I got? Pardon me. Just it itches. That's why I did that. Not for any other reason. Um, what's the last? I've been watching a lot of stuff on streaming. I just saw the Albert Brooks documentary because I like comedy. That's on HBO Max, and I just saw. I tried to watch the Julia Roberts thing. I think we talked about that last time I was on. Julia Roberts Mahershala thing. I need to go back to. The Creator, for those who don't know, I believe that's the movie with Denzel's son. And I've got the Club Shay Shay playing just to play it. And boy, they're loading it down with commercials. They're like cash cow, cha-ching, cha-ching. Hey, Awaken Now, I appreciate the love. Has anyone seen Book of Clarence? I don't. I think it's only played a couple film festivals so far. I'm looking forward to Book of Clarence. I'm looking forward to seeing Color Purple. I mean, is it worth? Is it worth it? Color Purple. Thanks, Russ. I know Russ. Russell. Is that Russell Dean or Russ Russell? I appreciate the love. I need them deleted interviews of Dick Gregory on DVD. They're on the other channel. Most of them. I mean, some of the stuff I didn't put back up, and that's my mistake. But when they demonetized the channel, I had to move everything over to channel 2. And unfortunately, and I should tell people now, please subscribe to both Reelblack channels. This one that you're watching now and Reelblack 2. Later on tonight, about 10:30, I'm gonna go live premiere on channel 2 of the interview we did in 2017 with Faison Love. I feel like that's fitting to bring that one back out right now. Have you watched Rap Shit? I like Issa Rae. That title turns me off. I don't know if I want to see it. And for a long time, I didn't have HBO Max, so I couldn't watch any of that stuff. Um, I look related to Ice Cube. Okay, Ice Cube's a good-looking dude. I'll take that one. I wanted to see The Wiz, but I missed it. I wanted to see The Wiz. What? They didn't do The Wiz yet. Is the Wiz hasn't made it to Broadway yet, has it? Asian Latina. I think they're still working on that. Had enough of the first Color Purple. Not interested. See, I feel like that's where I'm leaning. I mean, Color Purple's a classic. Don't get me wrong. Oprah's legendary. Don't get me wrong. Um, I think in general, I've been waiting a lot of the Wiz musical. Oh, it came through mobile. Okay, it's on its way to New York. What did you think about Leave the World Behind? I thought it was what I saw of it was good. I just happened to fall asleep on it. I never went back to watch it again. Um, go back on the chat a little bit. Katt Williams foots the $75,000 bill for Melvin Moore's Hollywood Walk of Fame star. Well, that's a little crazy. I mean, he's making money. He can afford it. That's not a problem for me. Oh, you watched Katt Williams and Shay Shay 3 times. I was about to say, if you saw The Color Purple 3 times, I don't know. I don't know. Awaken now. Okay. Ain't too proud to beg. Ain't too proud to beg is coming to Philly as well. If it's not here now, I keep seeing ads for it. Colored Purple not wanting to see the next. Tubi wants to become a paid for streaming service. I think they're breaking the bank now. I mean, Fox has always owned Tubi, and they're ad supported. I think they want bigger ads coming their way than what they can get from showing regional films on the platform. So they're spending more money to create work, to license work that's going to keep people glued to that app. Like like you want to be on the remote. Like you want to be on the remote. So when you get the TV set, there's a Tubi button. Have you seen American Fiction? Answer that. He was terrified this month after Ricky Smiley's son had passed away. Oh, okay, that was the Masonic thing. We need our own services. Agree. I totally agree. I wish I didn't have to be on here, but this is where the attention comes from. Um, but yeah, I mean, I'm not griping. Rules are rules, but um, so don't get me wrong about that. I accept whatever the verdict was to demonetize a channel in favor of putting content up that helps empower Black people. Like I'll do that trade any day of the week. Like okay, we got 1 million people interested in Black stuff. I'll take that all day long. But let me know who those people are. Let me have access to them. That's where I have an issue. You have like 1 million subscribers. Let's say if things were operating properly, 10,000 people got the notification that we're on live, and but that's not the case. We have 128 people watching, and this is a really good topic because January 27th, I'll be at the Denton Black Film Festival. Um, let me get caught up here. Okay, so uh, I'm enjoying your channel. I'm looking forward to Hamilton coming to Atlanta to go see it. Yeah, Hamilton. It was so hyped up. I never give up. Yes, you had great movies that were hard to find. Mike, what's good? Stephen Charles, Big Brother. That Fatal Arrow show was dope. It was. I can't tell you where it came from, but if you weren't sure what it was, just click it. Fatal Error. It's the video right before this one. We put it up earlier this week, and the intention was for that to go viral. But it's causing people to think, or it's validating their sense of thought. The way they think already. Uh, I want that shirt. You can go right now. This is one of our. This is our anniversary shirt. So last year was our 20th anniversary, and this is our varsity tee. You can go right now to shop.reelblack.com and order yourself a whole bunch of them, and get a hat while you're at it too, and a hoodie. It's still gonna be cold for a little while. Shop.reelblack.com. Let's see. Been rewatching Out of the Woods collection the last couple weeks. That's awesome. Yeah. Um, yeah. What are the most recent comments? I mean, a few things have gotten some traction the last um, few days. I've noticed the people are going back to certain videos, or they're being recommended them, and they're leaving comments. So, Black Girl is a perennial. Hollywoodism is a perennial. Um, Sly Stone and Muhammad Ali on the Mike Douglas show. That's been getting a lot of views since Lisa Cortez did her documentary on Little Richard. Oh, I'm sorry, got them mixed up. Sly Stone Muhammad Ali is a perennial. The Little Richard Mike Douglas episode gets a lot of views as well. Somebody left a comment on the Foundational Black Americans music video. Um, Trying to see what's been popping up. The Ray Charles and Jamie Foxx EPK is a perennial. Um, yeah, that's about it today. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Fedor needed to become viral ahead of these other things. I agree. It's a shame. I mean, I think I don't want to use the word heyday, but I think when we're posting more regularly, that Fatal Error video would have been up to, and not shadow banned. I mean, there's a definite cause and effect between the demonetization and the number of views that they're handing us. And it's not has nothing to do with the algorithm, in my opinion. Um, there's simply not as many people, and the pandemic has something to do with it as well. There's simply not as many initial viewers on any of our content. Um, but Fatal Error is a winner. If you haven't seen it already, bookmark it, watch it, share it. I think it needs to be seen by more people. It's really well made and dope. Thank you, Dawood. Shop.reelblack.com. Let's see. Queen B, that's me. That's what's up. All my feelings about Club Shay Shay, I've seen it a couple times. It's gonna be interesting. I don't know when Saturday Night Live comes on again, but that'll be a good skit. Um, Club Shay Shay. Whoever does Shannon Sharp impression. Saw Dave Chappelle was funny and insightful. Katt Williams didn't have any solutions for all these complaints. Did you see Diddy and Kimmel? No. Did Diddy come out of the woodwork to do a show? I know he's trying to let this slide off his back, but he's losing money at the same time. So I feel for him. I feel for Diddy in the sense that not defending what he's been accused of. Don't get me wrong on that, but just to see how quickly fortune can fade. This is somebody that we assume was super established, and you just have one thing come out, and it's like a house of cards. And meanwhile, lots of other people are getting away with all kinds of madness. So, not giving anybody a pass. Be clear on that. Not giving anybody a pass, but but I just think it's interesting how quickly things can fall apart in this age of social media, and how protective you have to be of your reputation and your integrity in the long haul for things not to come out against you. Do you think the comedians that Katt mentions will be hurt by the interview? I think everybody's capitalizing off of it. Everybody's basically either saying Katt's right or Katt's crazy, but it all still helps Katt regardless, and I don't think it dismisses anybody's feeling. Now there may be some sheep that can be led and say, yeah, Katt's right. He did steal that joke. Yeah, it sounds the same to me or whatever. But I mean, at the same time, we're talking about 20 years ago. We're talking about beef between multimillionaires. So um, I think Ricky Smiley might be the low hanging fruit in terms of Jake, in terms of who's going to get hurt. Saw Passing for White. Where's that playing, Russ? That's a new one for me. I'm trying to get caught up on these chats. I'm sorry, guys. Bear with me. Saw Black Girl, saw Passing for White. I thought it was nice to hear truth, but Smiley Luda still put in work for career. Elizabeth, take care. Hey, Chef Fine as Wine. You still out there doing your thing? I've lost track of you and Lynn. Um, I'm not on YouTube as much as I normally am, but yeah, follow Chef Fine as Wine if you can. He's got a great channel. Diddy out of the woodwork. Passing, starring Tessa Thompson, is the latest for Passing for White. I saw Passing. That was a couple winters ago, couple Christmases ago. Loved it, especially the fact that it was filmed in black and white. Katt never sold out to make it real big in Hollywood. That's true, yeah. And he's gotten the accolades regardless. When will those in control get tired of you? They will throw you to the wolves. Big Mix 75. Yeah, but all right, let's talk about the Diddy thing though. I mean, I've no feeling one way or the other about Diddy, Brother Love, whatever. It seems like, from my vantage point, if he had paid the woman, now he felt he was being extorted. Somebody coming to you and saying like, "Look, I won't write a book if you pay me." That's pretty much extortion. That's blackmail, right? So he tried to play it off as such, knowing or not knowing what was in store for him. But the minute the lawsuit came out and was revealed to the public, he settled it instantly, right? So then the question becomes, how much was he initially asking for? And if he had paid Cassie to put the kibosh on things at that stage, and the public would have never heard about this lawsuit or this potential book, would he have been able to keep his endorsements, his fortune, and so on and so forth? Like, how much did it actually end up costing him in the long run? What he would have paid her initially versus what he ended up losing. So, let's see. Ain't no stopping us now. Whoops. You're almost at an hour. I'll go off in a minute. People miss us, Mike. Yeah, shout out to Daoud. Thank you for coming on. I think the Ricky Smiley thing was just a few misunderstandings. good point. I mean, it sounds like both people have their perspective on it. The I guess Katt just holds on to his receipts. Like he probably has receipts for a jar of Vaseline he bought in 1978. You know what I mean? He keeps receipts. So he felt some kind of way about Ricky Smiley saying something about him not having the part originally, and he took offense to it. And then, loose cannons. So let's see. I've loved her since she was there. Fast talking, can't shut up. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I know who you're talking about. She's from Philly. Still here. Appreciate you. Stepping Razor. I love that name. I'm thinking Patrice would have loved what Katt said. I agree. I think Katt should be honored that someone stole his joke. Well, joke stealing's tough, especially when it's done by somebody who is a bigger name or has more visibility than you. I mean, like a lot of people, they hold on to their jokes and they know um, the true pain or situations that arose from coming up with the material. So I'm sure it hurt Katt a lot to see other people just out and out, stealing his material and putting it on platforms that he couldn't reach at that point. Um, and it sounds like he's not somebody that lets go of things very easily. So even despite the success, they say success is the best revenge. Not for Katt Williams. Revenge is revenge for Katt Williams. Um, let's see. Hey, Voyeur, you made it. I'm gonna go off. I'm gonna try and make it an hour, so like another 10 minutes, and then I gotta start working on my syllabus. Um, he settled because it's not worth the time and money, and she probably has receipts. Well, it cost him. You know, he settled. I mean, it made him look guilty, and then everybody disgruntled in his camp or former members of his camp came out and started co-signing on what Cassie had to say. So it was a bad look for him, and he's losing a great deal of his fortune right now as a result of it. And while we're at it, while we're at it, just seeing the Katt thing on here. Jonathan Majors, he took a big L as well because of similar situations. So it's what will be tolerated and will not be tolerated by Hollywood or by the general public in social media. So, but it's not a good idea to lay hands on anybody, male or female. Uh, Ricky Smiler is a doppelganger for Kevin Samuels, in my opinion. Interesting. I think Kevin was a little better looking, but I see the resemblance. I think Diddy is a scapegoat. Hmm. Not sure what that means though. Scapegoat for everybody, or Katt said he got receipts on Harvey and Diddy, etc. That's low hanging fruit at this point to say you. What did he mean that? When he said that Harvey Weinstein offered to suck him off in front of his office, was he being literal about that? Because that just seemed like weird. Or was he just like enamored with the prospect of doing business with Katt Williams at that time in his career, and that was like an analogy. I mean, did you take that literally when he said that? I didn't necessarily take that one literally. That particular shot fired. Okay, so Voyeur's in the house. Everybody say hi to Voyeur. What do you think of Taraji? We talked about Elizabeth. We talked about it before. I mean, it's the pay scale. Taraji P. Henson's complaint about her salary treatment in the film industry. Um, it's real what she has to deal with, um, and she should be making a lot more money. But I think at a certain point, you have to take accountability and control for your own career. You can't wait for the phone to ring, and that the what they buried the lead was after she found out all this stuff, she fired her whole team. She felt that they were not taking advantage, and similar things are happening now with Terrence Howard, where he's announced that he's suing his former agents because they were also representing the producers on Empire and therefore didn't negotiate the best wage for him to star in Empire. He was making good money for a Fox show, $320,000 an episode, but that money runs out. So he's trying to point out the fact that a lot of these shows were packaged. A lot of the shows that we enjoy on Netflix or Apple or whatever, they're brought to these platforms by the agencies. They're saying, well, we represent and we have locked down this amount of talent. Let's put a show together that involves all of them. And what there's going to be a bottom rung, and the bottom rung is usually going to be the talent. It's not going to be the producer, or the showrunners, or the creators, or even the agent. The agent gets paid off of all of them. He gets a percentage of everybody's wage. So he's happy when Netflix picks up Orange is the New Black, because he gets a piece out of everybody's check. But what happens at the end of the day when the show becomes a hit and there's lots of money floating around and being made and being spent at the parties and stuff, and the actors can't even afford an Uber to get to the party, then that's when it becomes evident that the pie is not being split evenly. So, hey, Ruben is in the building. Taraji puts 200% into her character. That's true. She's a great actress, and she's been on the show. If you check us out on Reelblack 2, our interview that we did for Benjamin Button with Taraji, you can see that she's always been great, and we love her at Reelblack TV. Is Taraji an A-list actress? Well, if she has the credentials to be considered. I mean, it's the same thing, Dawood, as Viola Davis. For whatever reason, Viola Davis has just as much acclaim and credentials as Meryl Streep, but she's never going to be looked at the same way just because of race. So I don't necessarily want to get into that game of who's A-list, who's not A-list. In my book, Taraji has done enough work where she should be there was several moments in Taraji's career where and maybe it's about waiting for the phone to ring, where she had opportunities to go to the next level with her talent. But I think she's been segregated by her fan base, and I guess she's outside of Benjamin Button. She's basically been in a lot of black movies with black casts. White folks haven't gotten a chance to really see her perform, and when she has had the freedom to choose roles, she's chosen roles that challenged her as an actress, not necessarily ones that would bring in a big paycheck. So maybe in some people's books that doesn't make you A-list, and that could be hurting her. But at the same time, Empire was such a huge success for her and for Terrence Howard that to see them both complaining about the lack of quality roles that are available for them and the lack of pay that they got when they did have that huge success is kind of disappointing to hear that information. The Biz hides the truth in plain sight in TV shows and interviews and podcasts. She played alongside Costner in Hidden Figures. Well, that helped her, yeah, that helped her. But I mean, Hidden Figures, like what helped Kevin Hart. I'll bring this up. It was interesting. The Kevin Hart Chris Rock documentary, which chronicled their careers and how they got successful. It chose to show him in Fool's Gold. And it's very, very important why they talked about Fool's Gold over Soul Plane. But it's also very telling. There's no mention of Soul Plane at all in the Kevin Hart Chris Rock documentary. And to a lot of people, and Paper Soldiers is what made Kevin Hart. But to the Netflix audience, it's a much more interesting story to hear about how while he was getting his big break, being in this movie with Matthew McConaughey in Australia, his mother was dying of cancer, right? So I understand like fundamentally why that makes it as a story, but also I feel it's a slight to the great talent that was involved in the making of Soul Plane that that wasn't mentioned more. But Kevin had a strategy. He didn't go up one ladder. He went up two ladders. It was like Donkey Kong for Kevin Hart. Like he had the white ladder of mainstream movies that he would make small appearances in, like 40-year-old Virgin, and then he would make hood movies that kept him, legitimate within his crowd. And then he would do the concert tours, which, by right, were he took over where Katt Williams left off, in terms of that audience that would go to see live comedy on a seasonal basis to see the top black comedian. Katt Williams was that guy before Laugh at My Pain came out. And when Laugh at My Pain came out, that's when Kevin Hart fully became realized, got the attention of Hollywood. Like, wait, who is this person who's out there selling #1 movie in America per screen? And we've never heard of him. Let's get him in here now and sign him up. And that's when Will Packer and them came in and did all that stuff. So, yeah, 180 likes, 111 watching. Yeah, we're gonna wind it down. I'm at the hour point. Jibba Jabba 809, yes. His stand up for me, his facial expressions elevate his jokes. So we have some Kevin Hart fans. Do you think he took some bad shots from Katt? Trying to stay on topic for people just tuning in. Want to laugh? Watch back that year up 2023 Kevin Hart and Kenan Thompson. That's on Peacock, I'm assuming. Sammy Davis Jr. special on this channel before he died includes all the enlightened ones. Yeah, that's good. I mean, that got a lot more views recently too, because Eddie Murphy talked about it on Jimmy Kimmel recently, so we saw a little spike up in views on the Sammy Davis Jr. special. But I suppose now that George Schlatter has his own YouTube channel, that they'll be asking us to take that down soon. So, but in favor of a better quality version of it. So, person of interest. Yeah, Taraji's great. So plain. Okay. All right, we caught up. Person of interest with Jim Caviezel and Taraji. Do you think Elijah Kelly could play Sammy Davis Jr. and Tommy Davis as the oldest version? Tommy Davidson always did a great Sammy Davis Jr. That'd be a stretch for Tommy Davidson, I think. I've never really seen him do a dramatic role. I think he could pull it. He could definitely pull the spirit through him to do it. And it's interesting why somebody as talented as Tommy Davidson has not gotten the opportunity to do serious roles. Is interesting to me. 20 million views, yeah, for Katt Williams in 4 days, right? I did not think Kevin Hart was funny until I watched a comedy special at his home. You thought that was good? That COVID special? I couldn't get through that one. But I did. What two things gave me more respect for Kevin Hart? One was going at his mural dedication in Philadelphia and filming it and seeing his true fans come out and show out and talk about how much they love him. He really is the people's champ when it comes to comedy, Kevin Hart. More so than Katt Williams, in my opinion. Because the people that love Katt, the people that love Katt Williams love him. But the people that love Kevin Hart really, really feel connected to him, his journey. Um, he's been very transparent. He always comes back to Philly whenever he's got a project to promote. He always makes a stop in Philly. He's put money in local pockets by shooting The Upside here. Although I think I'm not sure if that was necessarily his doing. He was not a producer on that movie, but the other thing that he did with Wesley Snipes, they shot a few days in Philly, and so he always gives love back to Philly. So the mural dedication, and then around the same time, I went to a surprise show of Kevin Hart's where he was working out material, and I was as close to Kevin Hart as you are to the screen that you're watching me on, and it was a great event, and I really got to see that it's worked for him. I mean, he just has the bandwidth. He has a bigger bandwidth than most people to just work more and work harder. But, it was interesting to see the process because before you can get up and stand in front of an arena full of people, 10,000, 20,000 people to tell the jokes, you still have to make sure they work. And he was going through the process of going through his phone and working out the jokes. I mean, that would be, if I was going to make a Kevin Hart documentary, it would be about his process of creating and how he maintains his visibility. Oh, 35 and ticking? Interesting. Wow, you're pulling that out of the hat. 35 and ticking. That's not Kevin Hart. That's Tracy Morgan. 35 and ticking. Right? Wait, which one am I thinking of? You're right. 35 and ticking is Kevin Hart. But the one I liked that he did early with the Russ Parr stuff, the ripoff of Night Shift was pretty good. Something about a business. And The Last Laugh, I like that one a lot. Russ Parr movies that Kevin Hart did with Russ Parr. In the early part of his career, I noticed the trope of the frantic, afraid black man that was gregarious. Yeah, well, I mean, he had he shot off so fast that he was just doing, and the same thing with Tiffany Haddish. They have a screen persona and they just recreate it for the movies over and over again. I don't know if Kevin Hart has gotten rid of the scared black guy so much. I mean, this new movie Lift, it seems like he's trying his hand at James Bond a little bit. But yeah, when they don't know what to do with you, you honor your own wits and you do what you know works, and that was his brand for a minute. I remember asking him once, when are you going to do a drama? And he said, well, it's coming. You have to understand the way he was platformed. He was put in a bunch of Will Packer movies in supporting roles early until they could develop material where he could star. Like Ride Along, I think, was his first big co-starring role. But it was very deliberate, the rise of Kevin Hart. That could be an interesting little podcast. Maybe I'll do that for Channel 2 just to see his ascent, like his early roles, Kevin Hart's early roles, and what what he was up against. Because we followed him along the way. I talked to him about why he did Soul Plane. I talked to him about basically all of his early films. He was doing Reelblack TV interviews with us. 35 and Ticking is an underrated movie for Kevin Hart. That's why I don't remember it. I vaguely remember the box cover. I gotta look it up. And my battery's dying, so I'll go in a minute. But 35 and Ticking. 35 and Ticking, says Dawood. And Ticking cast. Kevin Hart and Megan Good. Tamla Jones. Keith Robinson. Maybe I'll watch it again tonight. Where can we see it? Kevin Hart, 35 and Ticking. Please click the thumbs up if you haven't. Night School with Tiffany Haddish. Oh my God. I can't. I saw it in the theater. Night School with Tiffany Haddish and Kevin Hart. And it should have been 10 times better than it was. It was just so underwritten, and one of the most underwritten, lazy movies I've ever seen. Just like, we'll put them in this scene, and we'll put them in, and none of it made any sense. Yeah, that's a low point for me in Kevin Hart movies. Russ Parr. Hey, Roland's on. Okay. Hey, Lynn. Yeah, Chef Finest Wine was here too. I don't know if he still is. So, Night School. Yeah, thank you. Night School, not a good movie. But yeah, that's about all I got. Unless Molly wants a treat. Molly, you want a treat? She's always down for a treat. You want a treat? Come here. She's like, I'm feeling good where I'm sitting. I'm sitting on the couch. You want to get up? Here she comes. Russ Parr movie, 35 and Ticking. Yeah. Which movie besides Jumanji isn't any writing for him? Yeah, see, Kevin Hart knows to do Jumanji and team up with The Rock. Unfortunately, Taraji does something like Proud Mary, which isn't designed to bring new fans to her table. So come say hi. The Diva says hi. The Diva says hi. Rollins, hey. Roland. Yeah, check out Roland's reviews. I don't know, did he do anything about this Katt Williams thing? Did you guys talk about him? Are you finna go live? It depends. I mean, like right now, I'm just procrastinating. I should be writing a syllabus. So, but I want to try and go live at least once a week just to communicate with people. So, how did you miss the Katt Williams interview? It's the biggest thing so far this year. No, I shouldn't say it that way. It blew the internet up. It really did. And rightly so, because he's opinionated. He's not afraid to say what he wants. And it's perfect for YouTube because he's giving information that you're not going to see in mainstream outlets. People are playing it too safe. So, hey, you're the greatest mascot, according to Big Mix. Oh, she's cute. Oh, you can't see her. I'm sitting here petting the cat. You can't. I thought she was in the frame. I've heard bits and pieces. Horrible. My cat is in ancient Egyptian fun facts. Molly has a butterfly on her nose. She does. She wants to bite me. Oh, see that? No more. All right. I don't know how old the cat is. How old are you, Molly? How old are you? Oh, the light just went off. I have to keep that in mind. So it lasts about 70 minutes. The new light that I have, I probably could get it to work another minute or two. I can push the right button. No, when this thing is gone, it's gone. Yeah, battery gone. Well, that's good to know. All right. Thank you, Roland. I appreciate it. What do you do to Molly? I just took her out of the frame because she's still here. Hey, proof of life. Come here. No more treats? She's gonna finish the bag, folks. All right. Who misses the requests? I miss them. I miss hanging out, playing music. Um, it was how I discovered new music to play. It was for you guys. So, but I appreciate everybody hanging out. Molly appreciates it. Means more treats for her. And I hope we answered the question. I mean, we held the room pretty good. We got 107 folks are tuning in and out. So my guess is this will get over 2,000 views by tomorrow. So I'm always upset because we don't have the live streams of music anymore. It's true. It's true. But she's hanging in there. Can we request some Stevie Wonder? This AI thing is so crazy. Like I swear to you, the second I start to play a song, they'll cut the feed. Oh, hey, Inga. You got a hoodie? He told me that. All right, I'll finish going through this. Never cared for much for Kevin Hart. How many times can the color purple dog black men? Now they do it in a musical format. That's always gonna be the gripe with color purple. You know, but it's a love story between two women, and that's the focus. Um, yeah, we should do one. Charles had a lot of opinions about color purple the first time around when they made it a movie. So I know, I don't know if he's had a chance to see the new one. I know I haven't yet, but when we do, we'll do a piece on it. Um, okay, shop.reelblack.com. Denton Black Film Festival, January 27th, Denton, Texas. Happy New Year, Elizabeth. Um, can we get over 200? We got 200 likes. Thank you, Voyeur. We need 3 more likes to break 200. Now we're at 201. Thank you for the likes. Sing us out. I don't actually, when I play the song, it shows up on the feed. They say, uh, this video cannot be monetized. It's blocked in certain areas. When I play Ain't No Stopping Us Now. So, hey, and God, miss you too. I'm glad this is our first meeting of 2024. I wish you all the best. I'll try and do this more often, more frequently. Thank you, Voyeur. Thank you, Daoud. I think I saw Superstar earlier as well, for coming on. And yeah, that's about it. She's over there. She's gone. She got her treats. She's like, she saw the bag is empty. It's like 4 treats left in here. So we'll leave it there. Ron, you didn't tell us the name of your cat, and then we're gonna go. Roland, what's him? I like the Jim Jones movie too. Oh, that's on the channel. Yeah, that's done really well. The guy in a tragedy movie, TV movie. Have a pleasant one, Quentin. Hey, Quentin. Wait, Roland just gave the name, Mr. Man. I owe you a phone call, Roland. I'll call you this week probably. 17. I don't think Molly's 17 yet, but she's in her teens. She's a teenager. All right. YouTube messed everything up. Well, it's not the Wild West anymore. It was fun while it lasted. Um, they kind of did me dirty a little bit, but the good thing is that the content is still available to you guys, and that we've built a community that can't really be taken away. You can't unsee stuff. The Baba Dick Gregory stuff is still there for everyone to consume, and it's probably more relevant now than it was when he first said it. So many things that he talks about has come to pass, and the same. And I've been blessed to meet so many people through the channel, not just yourselves, but people on the other side of the camera lens, um, and been able to capture it. The Eric Monti did really well recently too. Last month when Norman Lear passed, that Eric Monti stuff got recycled, and it caused a lot more people to discover that interview. Ain't no stopping us now. It's great to be here. I love your content. Thank you, Roland. Um, okay, well, that's all I got. We're at 81-minute mark. Molly is happy. I gotta write a syllabus, but maybe next Wednesday, I'm thinking, I'll jump on. But if you're still watching stuff right now at 10:30, um, Reelblack 2 is premiering. If you haven't seen it before, the interview that I do with Faison Love, it just started. So if you got the notification, that means you're subscribed to Reelblack 2. If you didn't get the notification, go over there to Reelblack 2 and subscribe now. Um, Let me see. From a new YouTuber, your bio said you've been demonetized due to posting reviews. I've explained it. No, they don't tell you. They just say one out of the 3,000 videos that you have on your channel has been flagged as reused content. You have 90 days if you want to change the channel to delete the content and have it reevaluated. And from that, I had to take a test to explain what reused content was. And through that test, it was explained to me that a good 49% of the content that I was posting on the channel was considered stuff that should not be on the channel, you know. But you have to understand also, I started doing YouTube in 2007, you know, and it wasn't until 2013 that we had a big hit with the Dick Gregory videos. And then from there, I wanted to expand the audience of Black empowerment. So I started to pull things from my collection, because I'm a curator, um, and post them on YouTube, and nobody ever complained. They actually, they validated it by cutting checks every month and supporting it. And then one day it just, the bottom fell out of the thing. And so I would strongly advise anybody who's building a new YouTube channel not to reuse content unless their sole objective is to get more people interested in that information. But ultimately, it goes against their rules, their policies. They'll still keep the stuff up and they'll advertise on it and they'll make money, but they'll cut you out of the proceeds in the process. So it's a big lesson. Um, I would I change it? I don't know. You know, I think it's great that we have a lot of people that are interested in empowering themselves through information that's available on the channel. So, if that's a trade-off, like I said earlier, if that's a trade-off, then it is what it is. But I do want people. The frustrating thing is we have this large subscriber base, but we can't reach them. So when I made the plea to please subscribe to Reelblack 2, which is a monetized channel, and support us over there, it largely went unheard. Now, we had enough people to monetize right away, within a month, but nowhere near, you know, the million people that we had accumulated and built up on the first channel over that that stretch of time. So that's about all I got. Yeah, the hoodie is dope. I wish I had worn the hoodie, but you can get the varsity tee. That's what I'm wearing today. And O wants the whole island for her. Yeah, a dump is being put on Maui. I wouldn't. Okay. Where can you buy the merch? Shop.reelblack.com. All right, my battery's about to die. I can tell. YouTube is a trip. Well, you build up success, and then um, anybody who starts a business do should try to have more than one revenue stream. And that's where I made my mistake when the channel was building up. Um, I was so I felt like we were such a partner with YouTube. I didn't want to take the content to other platforms, so I didn't build up my Instagram. I didn't build up my Twitter. I let everything fall on YouTube. And when that went away, and I had no ability to contact the majority of our viewership with a video because the algorithm doesn't allow for that. That's where it became unprofitable for me to do business with YouTube. So I say in closing, please subscribe, as Voyeur has said oftentimes in the chat, to Real Black 1 and 2. That way you stay informed of all of our content. Right now, it's playing the interview that I do with Faison Love, which is a great interview. I'm not sure why I was on Real Black 2 before, but check that out. I'll jump over in a few minutes and join the chat if anybody's in there. And buy merch. That's the best way to support outside of a straight donation. So like Inga says, the hoodie is dope. T-shirts are dope. Hats are dope. We'll be adding mugs later in the year. But shop.realblack.com. We need more black investors to create more social media. Yeah. Haha, I came. I ate. I just got. Okay, you came late. Well, yeah, we're about to take off. All right. We're out. I love the squiggly dancing. Love the hearts and everything. Yeah, there they are. All right. Thanks again. Thanks. TaylorMade hung out the whole time. That's a shame, Mike. You got 1.4 million subs on this channel. Yeah, well, the decision, not to drag this out any longer, the decision was, do I take everything down and let them decide the future of the channel, or do I just move the stuff that I made that I know was original, and move that over to another channel and hope that we can get more views over there on the strength of Dick Gregory? And so now you see it's very lopsided. It's 1.4 million subscribers on Real Black 1 and about 28,000 subscribers on Real Black 2. So I could bang the drum harder, I'm sure, for Real Black 2, but it is what it is. I'm just trying to keep the platform open and available to conversations like the one we just had. All right. Eric Monte's interview was fantastic. Well, I'm glad you found it, because the people that have been circulating it the most have not referred back to where they got it from. And that's very frustrating because, I always try to tell people where to find the original whenever I repost something. So, all right. Love you guys. Thank you. Molly loves you. I'm out. Have a good night. Peace and blessings.